Hello, and welcome again to another exciting edition of Brand Dialogues. And I am Chandramouli, the CEO of TRA Research, a consumer insights and brand analytics company, and your host for this show. Here, we uncover the incredible stories behind some of the most iconic brands that you trust, desire, and admire. Today, I'm thrilled to have with us Ayyappan Swamy, the CEO of Monginis, a brand I can confidently say all of you have experienced sometime or the other. Monginis isn't just any cake shop. It's a 120-year-old brand with a legacy which only a few brands can stake claim to. Reportedly founded by a Britisher in pre-independence India and later acquired by the enterprising Kurakiwala family, Monginis has grown not just into a household name, blending international excellence with local innovation. In today's conversation, Swamy will take us through the journey of Monginis' evolution to its status as a beloved symbol of all celebration across India. Not only that, he also reveals how Monginis has made huge strides in the international markets, making some of these countries its most important markets after India. And also on how it's attempting a completely new pivot in India, and we'll wait to see if that's a success. As with any good story, we've saved the best for last, so stay tuned till the very end so that you can explore the sweet story behind the Monginis brand. Hi Swamy, thank you so much for having me here at Monginis office in Bombay. And we are here to discuss this 100-year-old or 120-year-old brand, I think. Sure. And to find out, in the area of cake shops, you've always been in the same area, in the same category. What helps a brand sustain 120 years?
Yeah, it's a long journey, and very few brands have sustained this long. So I think the primary reason for any brand sustaining this long is intention of the promoters. The foundation is basically what is the vision of the promoter. So our vision is to cater give happiness to our customers, and in a way which is very affordable and value for money. So our founders have stick to this philosophy and giving quality at a very affordable prices. So in spite of a lot of changes happening in over the decades and years, we have maintained our quality at a consistent price, and people are still patronizing us. I think that will be the secret sauce of longevity.
Yeah, I'm sure it is the secret sauce, because otherwise 120 years, I don't think it's like the likes of Tata, right? It's like that brand. Let's just ask one question in this. So yes, I can understand that it's the promoter's vision and the ability for them to stay focused on cost plus quality. But in the day of growing, I mean, the prices are growing, the inflation is going up. Yours is a food product.
Yeah.
How is it possible to maintain this delicate balance between price and quality?
So yeah, it's a very interesting question. It's a very high margin business, but at the same time very difficult to cater. It's not very easy. Had it been so easy, though, you would have not had such a fragmented market. It is a highly fragmented market. We are the only pan-India player nationally. We have got close to 1,400 plus franchises across India. And since we have this large chain of network, and the bulk purchasing happens. So when this kind of bulk purchasing happens in all places, so automatically my prices go down. Right. Whereas my nearest competitor would not be more than 300, 400 shops.
Right.
So for him the cost would be not that great vis-a-vis at what cost we are purchasing. And the best part is as I told you earlier, my promoters and founders, they had this vision to give an affordable quality at a reasonable price. So we pass on this benefit to the consumer.
Tell me this. I just want to find out that, where I stay, opposite my house, there is a Monginis. And that used to be the only shop. I've been there about 20 years now. But just now, recently, there have been popping up so many stores, so many different similar cake shops. One-man shop, one offering, 2 cakes for 200 rupees if you buy 1 plus 1 free. I'm not too sure what's happening. So in this competitive sphere, is price a matter, or is it a matter of something else? Is it just a matter of what people feel like they're, it's a taste thing, right? Once you're tasting something, you want the same thing again and again. It's an organoleptic property.
Sure.
Is that what you look at?
So yeah, when I say taste, so taste is a very, very broad term that I have used. So prices, of course, when I say it is not cheap, it is value for money, it's affordable. That's what I meant. And talking about my taste, so a lot of things go into making this customers again and again come back to Monginis. One is key, we are the only players who are using fresh cream. There are other players who are using topping cream, which is your non-dairy cream.
Right.
Your fresh cream gives that mouthfeel and the taste. And also the chocolate that we use in our cakes, these are all pure chocolates. The pure chocolates are very expensive.
Right.
The cocoa prices are going up. Now we are still maintaining our prices.
Right.
Whereas all my competitors, they use your topping cream and your compound chocolate. So maybe the design, the finish might be, at times better also. I'm not denying that.
Right.
But in terms of taste, that is always with Monginis. That's why in spite of having so many competitions coming up, people go and try out the new stuff. कुछ नया आ गया तो चलो देखते हैं क्या हो रहा है करके. But again they come back to Monginis, and that is the secret sauce in a way also.
But tell me this, that there is in this particular cake shop segment, which may include a lot of brands, the high-end premium brands. Recently we've heard about the likes of Theobroma becoming another big franchisee, which is available everywhere. And then you have the likes of the Bangalore-based Iyengars, which is again proliferating everywhere. So this is, volume advantages will be both with them also. So I'm just saying, you are in a mid category where you're not really below the price line of which is not extremely cheap, but it is also not extremely premium. But do you compete with the extremely premium in quality?
So there's a myth that we are a very of course we are a value conscious brand, and our customers are all mid segment customers. But the pricing, if you see in our shop, we have got half kg cake, your small cake, the gatos that we call. It starts from 300 rupees and goes up to 650 rupees also. Whereas in the competitors that you have named, in that shops also the pricing is anywhere between 550, 600, similar. So it's not that we are not at that price point. It's just that it's a perceived, that's more premium, and Monginis is mass market. Of course, we are mass market, but we cater to all strata of society, right from SEC, B, C to AA plus customers also cater to come to us.
And what is the bulk of your order? Where does it come from? Does it come from, collective ordering, which means, one person ordering for parties, or is it largely from individuals who are actually frequenting your stores?
So again, a good question. So we have 3 categories in our store. If you say primarily 4 categories, one is your cakes, which is your birthday cakes and celebrations and those kind of cakes. One is your pastries, which comes in impulse purchase. If you want to have that craving, sweet craving, you go and have your chocolate pastry or fresh cream pastry. Then you have an everyday snacks, your paneer patties, your chicken puff, things like that. And on top of it, there is a packaged cakes, which has got a long shelf life. So this 4 component primarily makes my cake shop, and it is an exclusive cake shop where no other brand would be seen in my cake shop.
Meaning it's your brand shop.
Yes,
it's not a co-branded or 10 other.
Yeah. Most of the other players, they dilute for margins and sales, so that they can bring in more revenue. So they add more brands and they dilute the co-positioning. Whereas in Monginis, this is only 4 categories that you'll find in my cake shop.
Right. Just one more question a few more questions, but let me talk about what food is not a very easy business. There's possibilities of all sorts of things, especially contamination, especially things that can go wrong. Recently, you found one very large ice cream brand find something in their ice cream and then the like. So this can happen. Now, what are the precautions that you as a brand maintain to ensure that doesn't ever reach a consumer?
Yeah. So when I say what are the standards or safety measures are there to maintain this quality? So any factory or manufacturer, if he has got an export certification, I don't know the exact nomenclature of that, but if you have that export certification, you have gone through a very stringent measure of quality certification. So Monginis as a brand has that certification wherein we can export into European markets and your Western markets in Northern America.
Do you do that now?
No, we haven't yet started, but yes, those kind of stringent certifications we have already taken. Besides the ISO 1900, 19,000, whatever, we have taken that.
Right. So if I were to just add on to that question, so why haven't you gone abroad? Why are you only limited in India?
On the contrary, we are very, very, very dominant present in Egyptian market.
Really?
Yeah. Egypt is as big as India. So
Wonderful.
Our one of more headquarters is in Cairo. So from there, we are trying to expand into African continent market also. So yes, in a way,
I don't think anybody would know that you're a very big player in the.
you can Google Cairo Monginis Egyptian. Yeah.
Wonderful to know. Wonderful to know. Recently, in our most recent study, which is the most desired brands, your brand has been the most desired cake shop in 2024 this year. And we feel that, for a brand which is so deeply rooted in India and of course even now abroad, as I know, it is trust is a given. Trust is a given. So desire is so important because it talks about deep pulls of that individual consumer, which amongst many will choose Monginis.
Yeah.
So what do you think actually pulls a consumer towards Monginis, apart from quality, apart from price, apart from, so what is the desire? What is the need for desire that pulls it?
So it's a very hard game, It's not easy, Trust can very easily be confused with a legacy brand. So trust and legacy are of the same side of the same coin.
Right.
You need to have that attraction, that charisma, that sexiness. So desire is what comes into picture. Correct. So a lot of things we have done over the past many years to keep ourselves relevant. Just to give you a few examples, we started this activity some 10 years back. Be a Monginis baker. If you're aware about this activity, I don't know. But
Be a Monginis baker.
Be a Monginis baker. The one of the fantastic flagship programs, activities that we run across India, where we give the entire set of tools and raw materials for a kid to make his own cake.
Oh, at home.
No, at the shop.
Oh, right.
It is celebrated and we call for the children during the December Christmas season, and it is a lot of a long list of queues, children's parents waiting for this activity.
You still do it?
Yeah, every year it's a ritual. In the month of December we have this activity, and it is a flagship program, and it is not easy to replicate. There are a lot of logistical challenges also to do it. So a 5 to 12-year-old kid going and doing this activity for a life, he'll be my customer.
And plus he'll remember. Forever he'll remember that experience.
Yeah. So prior to this, we had this factory visit. So now because of certain issues and regulations, we have stopped that. But earlier, a lot of children used to visit a factory. So a lot of this
is Charlie in the chocolate factory type of.
Yeah. So a lot of this engagements we do. Along with this, there is certain activities also we do in experiential marketing. We don't go for ATL, of course, as an above the line marketing media. Recently we tied up with Ayyappan Swamy. We did some stuff in IPL also. But this is one segment that any big money muscle player company can do. But besides that, we are very strong in experiential marketing. When I say experiential marketing, I'll give you a few examples. Say on Mother's Day. On a Mother's Day, we ran a campaign. Again, this was my 7-8 years back. After we do it, others also copy the same.
Of course.
So any walk-in customer comes with his mother, be it a male or a female, he gets a free pastry to give it to his mother.
Just has to walk in with the mother.
Yeah. So initially everybody thought कि अरे ये तो free में दे रहे हैं, चलो मम्मी को लेके जाते हैं, अपन एक पेस्ट्री खा लेते हैं. So that was like they thought it is a gimmick, but actually what happened was कि a 70-year-old lady walking with his 40-45-year-old son or a daughter, suddenly it became very emotional.
Yeah, it is emotional.
So that's an experiential marketing.
Right.
So those sort of,
it's not marketing anymore. I think it's just the experience.
Absolutely.
It's just the experience.
And suddenly what happened, the mother and the child, they had some grudges or issues, those melts away in the stove.
Yeah. So absolutely beautiful. What a idea and what an execution. And have you captured those?
Yeah. There's this phenomena, and whenever we have done this, we got more than thousands and thousands of pictures posted on my social media feeds also.
Superb. One question I'll ask you, the last one perhaps, is that you've done this for several decades. I mean, like you said, 120 years, but let's say as a family which owns it now, maybe for 70, 60, 70 years. That has been wonderful. What about the future? Do you think this competition will increase? There is going to be, and what is the two things? What is the future going to be for Monginis, and is there innovation, and what is the innovation?
Sure. So innovation, if you see, right now franchising is a much abused word. Every second player comes in, कि मुझे मेरा business franchising करना है. Way back in 1970s, when not even this word was coined, my founder, Mr. Hussaini Bhai Kurakewala, pioneered this concept as a franchising business. So now it's a 14,100 strong network, and we are the largest cake company in India. So those was days when nobody was heard about franchising. But presently talking about in the future, so a lot of new things, new initiatives which we are already taking up, which we can confidently say which will keep us in good stead in the future. We are pivoting from a cake shop to also parallelly looking at a premium kind of a segment, which is like I can serve my cakes, pastries, and stuff along with beverages. Beverages
As a restaurant, almost like
no, not as a restaurant, but as a cafe,
wow.
as a cafe.
Wow.
So beverage as a core category is missing in my store. As I told you earlier, I have got cakes, I have got pastries, I have got
Savories.
and packaged cakes.
Yeah.
Beverage was missing. So a Starbucks or a cafe coffee day retails a coffee at cappuccino at 250 rupees, whereas in my store, if I can retail it at 120 of the same quality with along with other beverages,
And give them the time to sit.
give them the time to sit and have this paneer patties at 25-30 bucks and a chicken patties at 30 bucks, which are 300 rupees.
You will have killed the market.
So already we have piloted the 15 odd stores across.
How
Super fantastic. It's a phenomenal response. The layout and the design is different from the regular design. My existing franchisees are clamoring with the company with us to get into that format. So yeah, things are looking bright on that side also. So we are pivoting again. You can say that.
So not only pivoting, I think you'll give competition to players who've been there for decades here, or global biggies like you mentioned, the brand, and Indian people who've been doing that, and you might disrupt this entire segment all over again.
Yeah. Their overheads and costs are very high, whereas we are at a 200 to 50 square feet format. And in that, if I can, and I say you must visit one of my cafe.
I'd love to. Where is it?
One is in Andheri and one is in Thane. A lot of places, in Bombay. Bombay. Yeah.
I'll definitely do that. I mean, I'm excited because, and if at all possible, start one right in front of my house.
Definitely.
Please do.
Sure.
Thank you so much for the time. Really appreciate this time and great talking to you. Let's have I think this format of your new format pivoting is probably going to change a lot of things, not just Monginis like. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. And that wraps up our inspiring conversation with Ayyappan Swamy, the CMO and the marketing force behind Monginis Magic. This session also revealed to us this exciting new cafe formats that Monginis is getting into. And I think that's going to give a tough competition to the biggest and the best of the world. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Monginis and the legacy and its vision, please subscribe and share your thoughts in this particular video. If you just give a shout out on what you want to hear about from the next brands, we will definitely take up those in the questions that come up. Until next time, please remember to celebrate every sweet moment of your life, making it a memory worth remembering. Till then, this is Chandramouli signing off. Stay inspired, stay curious.